I just counted the money, and I have $420 on. I was really busy before midnight, before 1 o'clock, and then it slowed down to the point where I went to sleep a few times. Every time I'd start watching a video, I was exhausted from working real hard at the beginning, the first half of the night. So I was tired, and I got some rest. I got some sleep when I, take a nap, and then get back to work. So yeah, I did well tonight. I did well, but towards the end there, I was rested, for the last couple hours between 4. The time is now 5:36, and I don't feel like doing any more right now. I just want to hose the car off, and once it's been hosed off, fuel it, park it. That's that. Got enough time for Mr. Punctual. Although the last time he wasn't that punctual, and I don't think he came to work yesterday, because there was a different user number on this thing than his, and the car was cold like nobody'd driven it all day. So who knows, maybe he's feeling ill and decided not to work. Couldn't tell you. It will be nice to get home and to relax again. Yeah, so I've got 4 more nights to go this week. And I'm already looking forward to the next weekend. And I'm already looking forward to retirement. There you go. Time is now 4:13 a.m. Oh, come on. Go across. Fine. Be like that. Time is now 4:13 a.m. I'm just dropped off at the airport. I've had a relatively busy night. My total is about $350 right now. And that's all right. The first 3 or 4 hours were a little slow, which was nice and relaxing. I wasn't being rushed, but then I started being rushed at around 10 o'clock. And from 10 till about 2, or just after 2, I was busy, one right after another, right after another, right after another. Then I went to sleep and had a strange dream. And then I woke up from my strange dream, and 5 minutes later got called to pick someone up and take them to the airport. And here we are. We would have been just under $300 before the run to the airport. Now we're just over 300. We're just around 350 after the run to the airport. So that's good. And now I'm just going to make my way back into town. Got my chiropractor's appointment at 7 o'clock. So 3 hours from now, I will be having my back stretched. And it's raining out at the airport. And in town it rained earlier, but it's not raining anymore, or it wasn't raining when I left town. I started getting rain only as I was getting closer to the airport. Yeah, it was crazy busy for a while. Yes, proceed. Oh yeah, go that way. I like it when people go the other way through a roundabout because I hate being behind them. Okay. Well, if nothing eventful happens between now and 6, I've got 3 more nights to go this week. Time is now 5:11. 5:11 in the morning. And it's the second time this morning that I drop off at the airport. So that's 2 runs to the airport. And I got about $400 on now. Great. Just great. Got enough time to drive back into town, wash the car, detail the interior, and I can't deposit any money because all the money I made tonight is $32. And that $32 is about what it's going to cost me for fuel. All the rest was Interac. 300 and... oh. Yeah, so $368 approximately in Interac from just tonight alone. And I think I had the same amount yesterday too. So I got about $700 in Interac, and it's going to cost $500 for the lease on the car. So that means I'm already a couple $100 over my lease. And the owner of the car is out of town. He's actually in the UK for a 3-week vacation. And so he left me some blank checks because the money gets automatically, with the Interac machine, the money gets automatically deposited into his bank account. And after I've paid him $500, the rest is mine. So he left me some blank checks so I can get paid. That's amazing when someone trusts you that much. Yeah. So the dates are the blank checks are post dated. The next one is on Friday. Now it's Tuesday morning. And then the next one after that is on the Friday after that. I still have only 3 nights to go this week. Oh, you're all familiar with this scene, aren't you? At the airport, time is now 3:33 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. So it was a little more relaxed this Tuesday night. I was getting fares, but you know, maybe 2 an hour or 1 every half hour until 1:30, and then it got pretty quiet. I had a trip that cleared at 1:30, and I got to my favorite spot to watch video. I was watching video, and it was time to take my blood glucose level, and I did that, and it was all good. Let me just check on something here. call at 2 o'clock, and there was nobody there. I had another call a few minutes later, but it was a guy I don't get along with, so I decided not to take him. I decided not to go do it. And then I had a call, which was this one, for 10 after 3 to go take someone to the airport. So I did that. At present, I've got about $250 on, so it's pretty modest, and that includes the run to the airport. But I'm not complaining. That's fine. I prefer to have a slow night every so often, where I'm not rushing to the next call as soon as I let somebody out. I like to take some time in between, relax, and not be stressed. And so that's what I did. It was pleasant, actually, working. And now that we've changed the time, it was also nice to see some daylight at the very beginning of my shift. Very nice. It gave me a lift, and it's improving my morale quite a bit to see daylight at the beginning of my shift. Yeah. Well, I've got 2.5 hours to go, then my shift is ended. And then I've got 2 more nights to go this week. We're off to a start. It is now 8:03 p.m. on Wednesday night, 8:03 p.m. So I've been out here just a little under 2 hours, and I've got $93 on. Looks like they have 2 cabs here. Do I want to chance it and wait for a plane to come in and those guys to load? These people are waiting for a bus. And the bus is right behind me, so there you go. Now, when will the next plane come in? I don't know. But do I want to stick around here, or will I go back into town? I think I'll go back into town because, you know, what's going to happen out here is all the cabs that pay to be out here will show up soon. They're probably on a trip into town now, or to wherever they're going, and they're going to come right back here. I think it still works that way at the airport, but you may realize that it has been about 28 years since I worked the airport, so the system might be a little different from the way it used to be. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. So yeah, start the night with an airport. That means it looks like people are starting to travel more than they have been for several months now. So that's good. That's good. We get more business coming out this way. That's the beginning of my night. It started out very well. So I'll get back to you towards the other end, let you know how things go. And yes, I think I mentioned it already once this week that having daylight at the beginning of my shift is really giving me a lift, and is really improving my outlook on everything and my general morale. So there you go. Spring is coming. Spring is coming soon. Time is now 5:52 a.m. on a Thursday morning. I just counted the money. I've got $420 on. I did well enough. You know, before 1 o'clock or so, it was one right after another. Then after that, it was the pattern of do a trip, pull into a parking lot, start watching video, fall asleep. And repeat several times. And the last one was the one where I took the girl to the pastry. She works in a pastry shop, and I took her to the pastry shop And she's, you know, once a week or so, she's the last customer of the night. So it's kind of like a routine thing, you know, getting her the last customer, boom, done. And now I'm gonna head to the car wash and wash the car, wand wash, make it nice and clean, and then detail the interior, and then park it, fuel it and park it. And I actually got some cash this time. Monday night I had some cash. Sunday night, that is. Monday night, not enough to make a deposit. Tuesday night, same thing, not enough to make a deposit. Wednesday night, now finally I got some cash, and that means I will have maybe some more cash tomorrow, and then I'll have enough to get some groceries. Yay! I'm running out of chicken, I'm running out of fish. I'm running out of cold cuts. Got enough wieners and beans. Got enough chocolate. Why am I talking about that? My mind is just wandering right now. Yeah, with the night the way it went, I was successful enough. But yeah, I'm exhausted enough. And it's real stupid that, you know, like at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I fell asleep in front of my computer. Then, I'm talking about yesterday during the day. And then I woke up at 1:30 and I got to bed and from my computer chair, you know, and I got into bed. I was tossing and turning, and I think I tossed and turned all the way till, well, 4 o'clock when my alarm went off. I couldn't get to sleep to save my life. And now, in the night, I fall asleep so easily. So easily. But in the day, I couldn't fall asleep at all. This means that the night shift lifestyle is catching up with me. I'm getting older, and it's getting harder to do it all the time. So I take all these naps at work in the morning hours when nothing's going on. Or should I say when very little is getting on, or very little is going on. I would like to sleep all day and be able to be awake all night, but it's not happening. It's not happening. My body wants to revert to the natural way of things, and I only fear that it's going to get worse as I get even older and closer to retirement. Yeah. It's I don't really feel like washing the car, but it's got to be done. Okay, one more night to go this week. Oh my goodness and a half. I'll tell you what just happened. I just had a long trip, and I'm just turning around to go back home. I'm in Nanaimo. I drove a customer. Well, here's what happened. I got sent to a restaurant right near where I usually sit. It was like a block away. And it was like a block away. And I got there, and I saw a girl standing there, and I thought it was for her. And she pointed to some other girls standing by a car across the parking lot, ostensibly with a dead battery. So I went over there because that girl pointed out, hey, they're over there. You know, they're the ones who want the cab. I said, okay, fine. Fine. So I got there, and there were 3 girls. The tallest one came up to me and said, I have to prepay. Can I do a pre-authorized pay? I go, yeah. Where are you going? And she says, well, my friend here has to go to Nanaimo. I go, oh, okay. She says, how much is that going to be? And then off the top of my head, based on the last time I brought anyone to Nanaimo, I figured it was about $170 last time I did it. So, and I said, well, what part of Nanaimo are you going to? And she says, well, the nearer side. I said, oh, okay. She says, how much would that be about? And I said, well, I don't know, 160, 170. And I said, well, can I charge you 180? She says, oh, sure, okay. So I prepaid $180. So now, the last time I drove a cab this far north, it was $100 to the bridge at Duncan. I knew I was in for it when it was $125 to the bridge in Duncan. The price had gone up somewhat since the last time I came this far north. So, as we're getting closer and closer and closer, it was getting to the point where the $180 that I charged her had passed. And that was around Ladysmith. You can Google map it, where Ladysmith is in relation to Nanaimo and where we started in Victoria. So I charged, so it was $125 when I hit the bridge in Duncan. So we got to Ladysmith, it was $180. And when we got to her door, because I Google mapped it on the phone, when we got to her door, it was $237. So I had underestimated the thing by $57. And I explained to her, I said, well, you know, I made a big mistake. I said, I underestimated the trip by some $57.20. And she said, oh, that's okay, I'll cover that. I'm sorry to bring you so far out of your way. And I said, all right, I appreciate it that you can cover that for me, because I made a big mistake. Now I know how much it costs to go to Nanaimo in today's money. So I got paid the extra $57.20. So I got my $237. And wouldn't you know it, when I looked at the clock on the dashboard, the clock said 2:37 and the meter said 2:37 at the same time. And I thought that was really great. Great coincidence in that it worked out and I got paid the whole thing. So now I have an hour and a half drive back to Victoria. The time is 2:44. I should be home. I should be in Victoria by 4:15. 4:30. Let's say 4:30. Maybe I'll have time to take a couple people to work and maybe get one to the airport. Oh, I'm another bizarre thing that happened. When I got close to our destination, I'm using the Google Maps, and the Google Maps on the phone changes scale, and the scale was changing on me, and I had just gone past the turn, and she said, "You missed it." I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, the Google Map changes scale, so I thought I still had another street to go." And just as I was turning around, there was another cab that turned onto the street where I was going. And I dropped off my customer, got paid the rest of the money, and he was waiting there, looking at me as I turned around and came out of there. And he started following me away from there for a couple blocks. What's up with that? I really don't know. I really don't know. I guess he hadn't seen a cab from Victoria before or something. I don't know. Anyways, I think this was enough excitement for tonight and for this week. So I'm on my way home, and maybe do another fare or two when I get home. So I got over $400 on now, about 440. Not bad. It's a whole night's work to drive home.